Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, you're welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make delicious masa from your home. Masa is also known as rice balls. It's a very popular dish in the northern parts of Nigeria and it's made from rice. This tastes so good and very delicious. If this is something you're interested in, then keep on watching so you can see how to make this delicious masa, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. The main ingredient in your masa, of course, is rice. Now, there are different types of rice, but the best type of rice to use for this recipe, or the only type of rice to use, is called tuwo rice. I'm going to look for the name in English. If I cannot find it, that's what we call it in Nigeria. And now you're going to boil a little part of the tuwo rice and then also soak the remaining part overnight. You're going to boil it without salt. Leave that overnight because you need it to be cool, and then soak the rest of the tuwo rice overnight. The proportion of your cooked rice should not be too much. It should just be, you know, a little bit, about one to one third of the total quantity of rice you're blending, and this is going to really help with the texture and the outcome of your masa. The next ingredient you'll be using is yeast. You need yeast to allow this recipe to proof. I'm using instant yeast. Add that into the blender and then go ahead to add water. You don't want to add too much water so it doesn't get too runny. Just enough water to blend this. I'm blending this in my butcher mix blender. One of the key factors when making your masa is the texture of your blend. Most times, or back then, they used to go and blend from those commercial grinders. But now when you have butcher mix, you can blend this in the house and get the same texture that you would by using a commercial blender. After blending, you want to pour this batter into a bowl, and can you see how creamy this looks? It's giving the consistency of ice cream. It is very creamy, looks really good. And once you've gotten to this stage, you want to cover this and allow it to proof. Cover with a cling film or with a flat plate and place this in a warm environment. You want this to rise for about 1 hour or more, or until the size has doubled. After 2 hours, this is what we have. I left mine for 2 hours because I had other things to do, and it just gave my batter enough time to rise. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to give it a really good mix, and then you go ahead to add in some salt and sugar. Now, some people usually add everything, in the beginning, the salt, the sugar, they add everything into the blender. But this is the step I'm using. I allowed it to proof first before going in with my sugar and my salt. After combining everything together, you're going to set aside, and now it's time to make our masa. To make your masa, you're going to need this pan. It is called masa pan over here. I'm not sure if that's the real name of the pan, but it really mimics the traditional masa pan that they used to make masa. So over here we call it masa pan. I do not know if they use it for something else, but I'll look for the name and put on the screen or in the description box, just in case you're interested and where you're buying it from, or if you're not in Nigeria, so that you'll be able to tell them the the kind of pot that you're looking for, or pan rather. So basically, you just put it on heat. You're going to add in some oil because you want it to be greased, and then go ahead to scoop in your masa. Allow the oil to get hot, scoop in your masa, and then allow that to cook on both sides for about 3 minutes. once the masa has cooked on both sides, you insert your skewer. If it comes out dry, then your masa is ready. To enjoy this the way it is being enjoyed in the northern part of Nigeria, they serve this mostly with pepper sauce or with suya and yaji spice. That's suya pepper. This is really, really good. And for me, the curiosity in me is thinking, I'm sure there are other ways to enjoy this. I'm thinking of, topping this with some maple syrup or some honey or even chocolate syrup. And trust me, I know it's going to come out really good. I have fallen in love with masa and I am sure you're going to fall in love with it as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recipe video and I hope you really get to try it. If you do, don't forget to tag me on all my social media handles, Meals with Abby on every platform. Like this video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and join this beautiful family. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.